Tonight, a bill making its way through the state capitol that could end up requiring school counselors to out LGBTQ students to their parents. News 4's Brent Skarkey is live at the Capitol with details. Brent?
Well, state law says that teachers and administrators have to make available to parents information that they use with students when teaching sex education, specifically those dealing with sexual orientation and gender identity. Now, a bill would add school counselors to that list, but it's causing confusion among senators here at the Capitol.
Some schools have used counselors as a way to go around that so they don't have to notify parents about the sex education that they're doing.
State Senator David Bullard of Durant talking about Senate Bill 615. It will require all curriculum and materials that will be used in a meeting with a school counselor on sexual behavior or attitudes to be available for inspection by parents and legal guardians.
Parents need to know.
But serious concerns from senators about the outing of students when it was debated on the Senate floor Wednesday.
My concern is making sure that we do not break that confidentiality agreement that we have with children.
So if the student comes in voluntarily, talks to the counselor about whatever they're struggling with, then that is a discussion between the counselor and the student.
I think I'm more confused now than I was when I started my questioning.
Because it's in that listing, any meeting would be subject to disclosure to the parents and the superintendent, would it not?
Bullard facing tough questions from fellow Republicans.
So you do not see that it may stifle a 15, 16-year-old that may have some questions and they may have some issues that they want to talk to somebody about, but they won't because they don't want their parents to know where they're at?
The measure passes 39-7. We went back to Bullard after the decision to get clarification.
I think what everybody's worried about is outing the student.
If the student goes into the office to talk to the counselor about whatever it might be, then that remains a conversation between the counselor and the student. What we want to make sure of is that if they give them materials of some kind, the parents have access to that. But we do want to make sure that the discussion between the student and the counselor remains the discussion between them. And so that the student will feel comfortable going to that counselor.
Well, title on that bill was struck. That means when the bill goes to the House and then possibly comes back to the Senate, the language will be different. Senator Bullard says that is going to be the case. We'll keep you posted. We're live at the Capitol. Brent Skarkey, Oklahoma's News 4.